Gavin Southwell. From adversity to leading America's fastest-growing company, Gavin Southwell has forged a distinguished career in technology and finance, marked by both remarkable professional ascent and profound personal resilience. His journey spans nearly 2 decades in investment banking and insurance technology, taking him from the bustling financial markets of London to the forefront of U.S. health and life insurance innovation. He built a reputation as a leader who could not only identify market inefficiencies but also apply technology and AI to solve genuine consumer challenges. A significant chapter in Southwell's career unfolded when he served as the CEO and president of a company that Fortune magazine recognized as the #1 fastest-growing public company from 2017 to 2019, outpacing giants like Amazon and Facebook. This achievement, however, was not merely about financial metrics. It was deeply rooted in a purpose born from personal experience, reflecting Southwell's commitment to building businesses that do good for society. Early experiences and global acumen. Gavin Southwell's career began far from the executive suites of publicly traded companies, in a less affluent part of northern England. His move to London marked a significant personal and professional milestone. There, he immersed himself in the worlds of investment banking and insurance technology, gaining foundational experience that would shape his future. He attributes much of his early development to inspiring mentors, including Andrew Beasley, who taught him to focus on strengths and pursue growth. In his early career, Southwell was a key part of the team that developed the world's first quote-buy print insurance business. This groundbreaking technology was eventually sold to one of the largest insurance companies globally, and its model was subsequently adopted for personal lines products across the world. Later, as the risk manager at Beasley, Southwell played a central role in the company becoming the first Lloyd's insurance company to achieve a strong rating for risk management, a testament to his expertise in financial oversight and strategic planning. His career then took a dynamic turn when he joined a privately owned insurance broker in London. As COO, Southwell helped transform the company into the largest privately owned insurance broker globally within a few short years. This period was characterized by rapid expansion and significant achievements. The company won London Broker of the Year. It secured Transaction of the Year after acquiring the largest wholesale broker in the USA. Its claims team earned an award for their work in Chile, managing billions in claims following a major earthquake. This global operation, which included holding the largest insurance contract in the world for Venezuela's oil companies and being the largest broker in most of Latin America, exposed Southwell to a truly international business environment, demanding constant travel and diligent work. The success of this venture culminated in its sale to a private equity firm. A new path forged in personal loss. A profound personal tragedy reshaped Gavin Southwell's professional direction. Following the death of his son, and after a period of intense grieving and charitable fundraising to support other families in similar situations, Southwell sought a new purpose. This led him to the United States, where he found an opportunity in technology for health and life insurance. This new venture aligned with his desire to make a tangible, positive impact. For Southwell, this was more than just a job, it was a mission. He recognized the significant challenges and inefficiencies within the U.S. healthcare system, where the high cost of care often left millions unprotected. His focus shifted to technology as a means to solve these consumer issues. The business grew quickly, allowing Southwell and his team to help millions of Americans secure protection for themselves and their families, often for the very first time. He understood that darkness can strike unexpectedly, and how one reacts to such moments defines them. Leading a successful business that genuinely helped vulnerable members of society became a point of deep personal pride for Southwell. Leading America's fastest-growing public company, the company Southwell led in the USA achieved extraordinary success. Under his stewardship as CEO, it earned the distinction of being the #1 fastest-growing public company in America for 3 consecutive years by Fortune magazine. This accomplishment placed them ahead of many of the world's most recognized tech companies, a fact Southwell celebrated by ringing the Nasdaq bell twice. He reflects on this period with immense pride, not just for the growth but for the integrity with which it was achieved. Southwell maintained that the company operated the right way, focusing on ethical practices and customer satisfaction. He noted that his company consistently recorded the lowest complaint percentage in the industry, a statistic he held up as proof of their commitment to consumers. This dedication to transparent and honest business practices was a core value for Southwell, and it contributed to the company's reputation and rapid expansion. His organization also became a trusted source for data on healthcare trends, frequently quoted by major news outlets and even the White House, regardless of political affiliation. Navigating regulatory scrutiny and upholding integrity. The success and visibility of Southwell's company, particularly after a change in U.S. government administration, brought federal regulatory attention. Despite having been reviewed and approved for market-leading compliance by 43 states for several years, the company faced targeting by federal regulators based on what Gavin Southwell describes as a false narrative. This narrative suggested that the company's technology did not maintain the low complaint levels it often cited. Southwell emphasizes that this was a non-scienter case, meaning there was no allegation of intent to deceive. The matter was ultimately settled privately by the company and its private equity owners for what Southwell describes as a small amount. This settlement allowed for the resale process of the business to proceed. It is important to note, as Southwell clarifies, that when such a settlement is filed, charges are simultaneously filed and closed, often without any admission of guilt or evidence of wrongdoing. He points out that, under the new administration, it became standard practice to name CEOs in SEC cases, even when the facts might not warrant it. His private equity owners, a $30 billion fund, viewed the settlement as a minor financial adjustment for a company valued at $2.2 billion when Southwell departed, choosing to settle to avoid the nuisance of protracted litigation. Through this challenging period, he remained confident in the data and facts, knowing his company had indeed maintained the lowest complaint rates. He holds his head high, knowing the business he ran was honorable and ethical, helping many individuals protect their families. Southwell, an immigrant who has never voted in the USA, expresses a desire for health insurance to be less of a political issue and for regulators to always act in the best interests of consumers. Values, mentorship, and making a difference. Southwell lives by a set of clear personal and professional values. Family first, you win we win, just get it done, and make it count. He believes in living in the present and making the most of each day. Having learned the preciousness of time, he emphasizes quality over quantity in his work and life. His approach to managing stress involves regular exercise and meditation, practices he has embraced to maintain a healthy work-life balance. For Southwell, success is not about fame or external validation. It is about contentment, happiness, and ensuring his family and friends know he is living a good life. He acknowledges the highs and lows of his career, believing everything brought him to where he is today. He advises his younger self to just be brave and do your best, trusting that will be enough. Gavin Southwell has been inspired by several leaders. During his attendance at Alfalfa, an annual gathering of U.S. business and political figures, he met Warren Buffett. Buffett, then the richest man in the world, struck Southwell as exceptionally smart, fun, and friendly, a rare combination among successful individuals. Closer to home, Andrew Beasley, a prominent figure in the London insurance market, made a lasting impression. Beasley built the second-largest Lloyd's syndicate and provided Southwell with his first significant role at a young age, offering advice and mentorship. A legacy of impact and community support. Beyond his business achievements, Gavin Southwell has dedicated significant effort to charitable activities. He has organized and completed numerous cycling events, including rides across the UK, to raise money for various causes. He and his family are substantial supporters of several charities, including a prominent Tampa-based organization. His former U.S. company also strongly supported community work, integrating it into their employee development programs. This business, notably, was one of the most diverse and female-heavy tech companies of its time, with approximately 70% female staff and 75% minority representation. Southwell recounts an inspirational story about an agent from his old company. This individual, a blue-collar worker trained to become a licensed insurance agent, shared how the company had enabled her to move out of her mother's house with her 2 children, buy them gifts, and even take swimming lessons in preparation for a dream trip to the Bahamas, a trip she earned through her performance, where she planned to meet family she had never seen. This story exemplifies the profound impact his business had on thousands of employees and millions of Americans who gained access to vital healthcare, often for the first time. Southwell kept a folder filled with emails and letters from people whose lives were saved because of the healthcare connections his company facilitated. He recalls tens of thousands of lives helped each year. Another poignant memory involves a commercial team member's father, who, despite being very ill, gave a heartfelt speech at a birthday party, thanking Southwell for believing in his son and helping him build a successful life. Though this relationship later soured, the gratitude expressed at that moment resonated deeply with Southwell. Today, Gavin Southwell continues to shape the technology landscape as an advisor and investor to growth businesses. His journey, marked by innovation, leadership, and a deep sense of purpose, reflects a consistent commitment to leveraging technology to solve real-world problems and create positive societal impact.